Hey guys, this is Trading Hermit. Today we're going to talk about market structure. So, what is market structure? It basically means that how market is moving at any given point of time in all the time frames. To form a bias in the market, to look for a trade, we have to form a bias first. So to form that bias, we should know market is in which state. Either it can be bullish or it can be bearish, or the third thing is it can be sideways. So to form a bias, when you think that a trade is forming there, what do? So in that scenario, you start from looking at the very highest time frame. For me, that highest time frame would be R4, like 4-hour chart, 4-hour candle that we're looking at. And from there, we start looking for these signs. The very basic signs these are that if the market is forming continuous higher highs, higher lows, that means the market is bullish. If the market is making continuous lower highs and lower lows, that means the market is bearish. What is change of character? That is when the market shifts from a bearish to a bullish bias. That is when we say that, oh, there has been a change of character. So the very first higher high that is formed, or when the higher high, that the new high that is formed is breaking the previous lower high, that is when the change of character that happens. So when the market shifts from a bearish to a bullish side, change of character happens. After this change of character, we just need to confirm with more higher highs and higher lows, so just to confirm that it is a bullish market now. Same goes for the bearish market. When the first lower low that is created and the next low breaks that previous low, the change of character happens there, and the bullish market is now shifted into a bearish one. So that is how these biases are formed. So when you do it, you start looking from higher time frame to lower time frame to make your bias. We start with a 4-hour chart, and then we drop to 1-hour chart. That is our higher time frame bias, like the daily bias we're talking about. Like today the market is bullish or the market is bearish. So for us to get into a trade, we must make sure that our higher time frame and our lower time frame must be parallel to each other. We shouldn't go into a trade in which the higher time frame is bullish and we want to go into a bearish trade. That kind of trades, they happen, they make you profitable, but they're very rare, and we should not let ourselves to get into those trades. So starting from R4, 1 hour, 15 minutes, and then 5 minutes. For 15 minutes, that is when we see that now our entry for a trade is getting formed on a 15-minute chart. Basically the confirmation comes and at 15-minute chart, and for entries we should be looking at the lower time frame, 5-minute, or even some of you would consider even looking at 1-minute chart. So that is on you. So that is how market structure works, that we should be knowing and we should be marking our higher highs and higher lows, and also the range highs and range lows. Before getting into a trade, we must make sure that we know what are the range highs and range lows of the day or the previous day, so that we must be knowing our targets and the stop losses, the possible stop losses and the targets, because they're range bound. It should not be a line, it should never be a line, it should be a range. Even the resistance and supports that we draw on the chart, it should be a range, never a single straight line. No, don't do it. Straight lines will always fool you, but range would never fool you. So that we keeping in mind. So that is the very basic of market structure, forming a bias that I told you guys today. So now the second part of the video, what did I trade in the past 2 days or today? So yesterday I did trade, but I had to trail my stop loss to break even. I told you that is how money management, like our position management, works. So I trailed my stop loss to break even, and that break even got hit. So I got out at 0 like no profit, no loss. But today I did a trade and it was a profitable trade. I made $14. I mean, I did get a trade of $14 move. So what happened in that trade is the market was making continuous lower lows and lower highs. So I waited for the New York opening on gold. So when that happened, I watched the prices move up to the previous support level that is now turned into resistance. So when the prices spiked into that level and the rejection happened, I waited for a retest and then I let the price drop, and that is where I got into the trade. And I did not, caught the very dip of it, but yeah, a very strong move, a very fast move I caught, and $13 to $14 is basically my appetite in a gold trade. That also when a lot of geopolitical tensions are going on around, like the Venezuela thing is going on, Iran factor is there, and Mexico and Greenland factor, and this Russian ship that Trump has ordered US ships to intercept. So all those things being kept in mind, gold should be very strong, and it got strong after that point. But in that very point, there was a very solid and pure short that I was looking at. So yes, the higher time frame was also bearish, and the lower time frame was also bearish. So I got into a trade that was bearish. My technicals were so strong, that is why I deviated from the fundamentals for a moment, because the market was going to decide when is it going to flip and when it's going to make a bullish move. So before the market made that bullish move, it has to drop down to certain levels, the extreme support. From there it will start rising again. So till that support I took a short trade. So that was my trade today, and the reason behind it is simple. My lower time frame and my higher time frame aligned with each other, and the dollar was also getting stronger every moment in that very given time frame. So that was my trade. And because geopolitical tensions were so high in the whole week, during the whole week, so I chose not to drag it very lower. The targets I did not take very big targets. I knew it was going to be a very quick scalp, not technically a scalp. A $14 trade in the gold is very much fine for intraday. So yeah, that was my trade. Thank you so much. We will come back again with another video. Thank you so much. Good night.